a second. Okay, Bridge friends, this is Mike Clear at BridgeHands. We got about another 9 minutes and we will be launching, clearing for takeoff. And let's see if we can get a little starting music here before we go. Hey, there we got it. Be right back.
Don't forget your promises. It's all in paper, locked up in stable, where we arrive. It's tangled cables, it's clanging sleigh bells, where we don't forget your solitude behind. It's all in favor, locked up in stable, where we arrive. It's tangled cable, it's clanging sleigh bells.
Okay, where are we at here? Ladies and gentlemen, it is 9:53. We are looking pretty good today. A couple minutes ahead of time. I hope you all are having a good time out in Bridgelands out there. And it says on Facebook, we can reach more people if we put a title. Okay, add a title. Yeah, these interfaces keep changing, don't they? Fun Friday.
Whoop whoop! Friday.
Amen. Woohoo. Q&A plus minor suit bidding. Happy face. And I guess just hit enter. How come it's not live?
I don't see it yet.
Giddy up. Facebook, giddy up. There we go. We are cooking. So I am seeing on my master timer 6:16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. How are we doing, Grace? About 3 or 4 seconds late on YouTube? 6:05?
3
4?
seconds.
Okay, and how about Facebook? Probably
Don't
about
know yet.
15 or more?
Trying to get up there.
Okay. So today, minor suit bidding, Grace. Will we be in 3 no Trump?
4 no Trump.
6 no Trump.
There you are on Facebook. Gotcha.
Okay, so 5:38, 5:37, 5:36,
10 seconds.
10 seconds so far. That's not
10
bad at
second
all.
delay. Not bad for Facebook.
Yeah. So we're going to do minor suit bidding, and Then we'll do some more on Patreon. I think I've got Patreon looking a little bit more spiffy today. And we've got all those new files uploaded. So I'll spend some time talking about that maybe towards the latter part of the show.
Locked up in stable where we arrive. It's tangled cable, it's clanging sleigh bell where we align.
Well, you've got two screens. Actually, I've got 6 screens here, but 2 computers with 1 keyboard. You got to be on your toes.
You got 6? I only have 3. You've got twice as many as I do. What's
You
up
mean to
with
say
that?
we have 10 here? You've got 4 there. What are you talking about? You're saying you got 3.
Well, I'm not counting the Amazon Home as it's just
Amazon
screensaver.
Show?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Amazon. See, now she's talking to me.
Yes, he used her name. She's like, I got you. I'm with you.
She's such a nice woman, though.
Mm-hmm.
I love her voice.
Yeah, she's so pleasant.
I know, she's always in a good mood.
I guess maybe you should, like, sometimes, you know, when I'm in one of the stages, say, Michael, go into Amazon. And I'll say, Grace, go into Alexa mode.
Yeah, I get more in his Siri mode. I didn't hear you.
That's right.
What?
Siri has got a bit of an attitude.
She can be a bee.
Well, I guess think about it. What's the first word, the keyword you say before it is hey?
Right.
I mean, it's not like hello or
Goodbye.
greetings or good morning or... That's not much of a salutary phrase, is hey. It's just like a computer programmer, isn't it? It's like, what's a good utterance that we could easily identify a keyword, a watchword? Hey!
How about snap of a finger?
That would be interesting, but what if a person is not good at snapping their fingers?
That's true.
Like, check this out. You know, in the my glove fingers here, it's like you can hardly hear them.
That's true.
So, I've been working my way through all of the, what would you call it, the content ID issues with YouTube with all the videos I've been uploading. Making very good progress. You know, once you get good boilerplates and you use them, they seem to, like, stop the, the dispute right away. I did make a video on this, by the way.
You did?
On how to do disputes quickly. Not sure where to upload it. I should have put it on California Travel or maybe Moonlit Night or where we're going to put it. Not a BridgeHands.
That'll be nice.
Yes, I think so. And I guess while we're waiting, I could go ahead and go over here to this other screen. Control page up. That gets me back to this computer.
I don't see any volunteers as to the call-in number yet. So let me know if we have a volunteer call-in person, and I will put that telephone number up for you.
I'm going to go ahead and write it down here. Let's see.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Patty. 563 is the way it starts, isn't it?
Did you want to call in today, Patty?
We could certainly use somebody who wants to talk about minor suit bidding. Do we belong in No Trump?
Minor
Game? Slam?
suit bidding.
563-999. Is that right? Is it 563?
563-999.
2185.
Operators are on standby. Oh, John's going to call us. Wonderful.
Awesome. Hi, John.
All right, and we're getting close to that countdown timer. Don't forget to put your phone on mute. I'm sorry, not your phone on mute, your video on mute.
15 seconds and counting. 563-999-2185 is where you can call in. And maybe, hey, today the more the merrier. We can take multiples.
Alrighty, and we've got 5,
Uh-oh.
4,
Gotta get ready.
3, 2, 1, and welcome to a fabulous Friday on August the 21st. Today we are going to be talking about
Minor suit bidding.
That's it. And without further delay, your host, Michael.
Green Bridge fans, Michael here at BridgeHands. Welcome to another fun Friday. I hope you're having a good one. We are having a fantastic way to start our day. Things are looking much better on Patreon and getting all those videos uploaded. I'll talk more about that in the later part of the show. And today, well, I was like, man, what's the lesson going to be on today? And I thought, as you upload these, 400 and some videos that I've got up there on Patreon now, I was thinking minor suits. Minor suits can be awkward, can't they? So I thought we'd do today is maybe spend some time about some of the philosophies and strategies on minor suit bidding. So if you would like to, please go ahead and call in on our call-in number, and that number is 563-999-2185, and somebody has joined us. Who is this?
John.
Hello, John.
Hey, John. How are you doing there, senor?
Just fine. I'm just, I think I'm in, and I'm
You are
hearing
all,
you.
you are all in. Glad to have you here. So I'm going to go through a couple slides, and then we'll get into some hands. I'll explain what's going on, but we're going to have choices, John. We have 100 hands that may belong in no trump, may belong in 5 of a minor, maybe belong in slam. We'll take a look at those and talk about them. It'll be fun.
100 hands?
Oh, we're not going to do all 100.
I didn't know I was signing up for live.
But we may do a sample of the 100 hands and see which ones we want to do. So, okay, I've got all these fascinating screens going over here. So I think what I want to do first of all is
good. I'm reloading because.
Good. Okay. From current slide, yes. Okay. And if I go over here to the MSI laptop screen, I think I am there, but I'm a little bit big in the head there. So go back to a small screen. Oh gosh. Go. This is fun to, this is real good gymnastics, when you have to multitask and like which computer monitor is going to which keyboard. Control, page up. There it is. Okay, good. So get myself in a small head there. Yeah, so here we go. We're going to talk about minor suit bidding, which gets into some conventions. You may not know all of these conventions. That's okay. But just to have an awareness of some of the tools when you're bidding in the minors, to have some extra weapons in your war chest can be useful, because your opponents may be bidding also because they like bidding in the majors. They like bidding in a higher suit. They like overcalling. So here are some of the things that come to my mind. And John, I think you probably know a good many of these yourself. So let's scoot on the other side of the screen. So, normally when we do not have a 4-4 fit in the major, we're thinking no trump. 1 no trump, 2 no trump, 3 no trump, whatever. So, but there are times, I remember when I was a young pup in bridge myself and Audrey Grant, I was at a national bridge championship, and she had several hundred people in a class. Well, I guess actually it wasn't a class completely, but it was a seminar, very good one she had, and she said that you can bid 5 of a minor, but only once a year. So if you've done it in February, you can't do it again. Not quite true, but we want to be judicious when we end up going beyond 3 of a minor suit. We like to try to find game if we have 25 points or more. Obviously, you'd like a stopper in all 4 suits. That's another story. But sometimes you do belong in a minor suit game or a minor suit slam. And so let's take a look at some of these items we have here. One is we have to know what is a forcing bid, what is a sign-off or an invitational bids, of course. Now in competition, if I bid 1 diamond and my righty bids 1 heart and John bids 2 hearts, well, that's pretty much forcing. He's not bidding no trump to show stoppers and hearts. It's a type of a cubit. And if he does it with a jump level, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and he goes 3 hearts, maybe he's interested in minor suit slam, but right now I'm thinking it's a Western Q bid. That's the first one you see up there. So you bid the opponent's suit at the 3 level. It's typically saying, partner, if you have a stopper, a king, king, queen, jack third, something like that, then bid no trump. And you want the lead coming to me. So that's my best chance at us being able to have that. I don't want John if he doesn't have the stopper and they make a lead through him. So Western Q-bid is one of them, of course, if you're looking for a no trump game. Another would be using Q-bids to make showing aces and kings, typically, sometimes for shortages, singleton or void, but after we have a fit, and then we make our forcing bids. So if we're making 1 diamond, 3 diamonds, and then it goes 3 hearts, that looks like it's showing a stopper to me. 1 club, 3 clubs, 3 diamonds. Now if you play inverted minors, where it's 1 club, 2 clubs shows the equivalent of that jump bid, but you do it the opposite way, you invert the meaning to take up less bidding space. Well, good. The 2/1 players, most of them assume that you play inverted minors. So for them, 1 diamond, 2 diamonds, the 2 diamond bid that John has says he doesn't have a 4-card major, but he has invitational or more values. And so after 1 diamond, 2 diamonds, then we can go ahead and start showing controls. Okay, new minor forcing. If one of us does a rebid of 1 no trump, 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 no trump, I don't have a 4-card major, then if John bids the other minor, started with diamonds, and after no trump it's 2 clubs, it's not because we want to play into a minor, goodness forbid. It's to say that have interest in some extras. Normally it's done with 1 of a minor, 1 of a major, 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 no trump, 2 clubs. And you can play it one way or two way. If you bid the lower suit, it's invitational. If you bid the upper, you rebid your partner's suit of the minor, or I should say the diamond suit, then that can be played as though it's game forcing. And that's nice when you get into these types of things. The 4 suit, apple, grape, orange, banana, whatever the 4 suits are. That can be either played game forcing, which I think everybody should play, but if you only do it 1 round forcing, goodness knows what you're going to do on your 3-level bids. So anyway, the 4 suit, hearts, diamonds, clubs, spades, whichever order, could be at the 2 level, it could be at the 3 level when you bid the 4 suit. That is game forcing. And a lot of people that are advanced players like to play the 4th suit. If it's a 3 level, it's asking your partner for a stopper, because here again, it's like the Western Q bid, you want your partner to play it if they have the stopper, if they have the king 3 times, let's say, in a suit. So those are nice things to be aware of, and let's see what else we have here. The minors, yes.
Okay, so Michael, before you move on from 4th suit forcing,
yes.
Okay, one thing to consider is that we just had a big debate in our household when Patty was playing with someone else, and there was disagreements about 4th suit forcing. When does 4th suit forcing 1 round for 2 rounds, but particularly when is it telling you have a stopper, and when is it asking you have a stopper in that suit to get to the no trump?
Mm-hmm. Boy, that's a good question.
Because
isn't it?
we had a little disagreement here as to what it actually means.
I do understand. So let's see if I can get a scribble screen up here, and this might take me a while. Let's see if I go over here.
Yeah, and the other thing to consider is when you're in 2/1, there's difference of opinions as to what does 4th suit forcing mean when you're already in a 2/1 game forcing contract.
Right. So as I try to get my blank screen up here, I'm kind of struggling for a minute, but I think I'm going to be able to get it. So let's see if I go to this one, and I'm here.
There's a screen.
But how do I get rid of that text? Am I not in there? Aha!
Where's your eraser?
Aha! I think I got rid of everything there. Well, okay. I'm going to have to start up the... application. Grace will be
I wish I could show a picture of
Demonstrating
the
here.
buttons that he has.
yeah, the buttons are aplenty here. So I've got my ink to go, and I need to get my, where'd it go?
The pen.
Get that whiteboard up.
I
Right.
am trying. I am struggling here. Ink to go. Come on. Well, John, I'm going to talk about it here until I get this going. So to answer your question is that this does come up. And first of all, I'm assuming we're going to have a non-competitive auction and that nobody's a passed hand. Those are always very germane questions, but we're assuming it's a generic auction. And so the bidding is now where nobody has bid no trump. Now, when somebody bids no trump or somebody rebids their suit, they're basically saying, I am a minimum and I want to sign off. If you bid your partner's suit at the lowest level, that is also saying, I want to sign off. So I'm not going to get into those permutations just right yet. But let's say it happens to be, we bid 3 suits at the 1 level. 1 diamond, 1 heart by you, 1 spade by me. If you go 2 clubs, then the 4 suit, then that should be, I think, game forcing. If it happens to be 3 clubs, it's wow, now you scratch your head. Why didn't you just do 2 clubs? So 2 clubs is typically we're saying, partner, I've got a 6-4 and I want you to bid one of my suits. I do not have interest in game. That's an agreement, though, and a lot of people, they never get a chance to talk about that. So we'll stay away from that one also. But let's talk about now where it happens to be the 4th suit at the 3 level. This is the tough one. So I go, and we don't have a 2-over-1 auction. You know, it doesn't start off where I bid 1 of a spade and you go 2 clubs. If you're playing standard American, that's 10 plus points. If you're playing 2-over-1, it's 12 plus points and game forcing. So we're not in that auction. So it happens to be, let's say, the red suits. I start with the diamond and you go with a heart. I go 2 clubs. Okay, I bid a lower ranking suit. Could be 12 to 17 or 18 points, but I don't want to be in no trump. I've got a lot of in the minor. I started with a minor diamond. I rebid clubs, and you've bid a heart suit. Okay, now if it happens to be 2 spades, well, you've done a responder reverse. You know, you started in hearts, now you're bidding spades, so it's a game forcing auction. So, okay, yeah, I think we've got that. So, but let's say we start with the auction where we go in the pointed suits. I start with the diamond, you bid a spade. Okay. I now bid 2 clubs again. And if you bid 2 hearts, is that 4 suit forcing or is it just showing another suit? It should be 4 suit forcing. Does 4 suit forcing show a stopper? Not at all. No. If you're playing it game forcing, though, it's game values. If you were to go in at the 3 level, what the heck is that? So that's where it gets a little bit complicated. You play at the 3 level, the 4 suit, it's asking for a stopper and not showing. I think it should be. If you look by Augie Boehm's book, 3 No Trump in Depth, was a very good book on this. 3 No Trump in Depth. And he says that the 4 suit at the 3 level should be the asking bid because you want your partner to be the one, like on a Western Q bid, to say, if you have a stopper, be in 3 no trump. If you don't, let's keep looking for something else. Maybe we have to play in part score at the 4 level. Maybe we have to go to 5 of a minor. That would be an opportunity. Maybe a 4-3 major fit. Sometimes that's what we have to do, that Moisian fit. Does that help a little bit, John?
Yes. Now, the 2 other questions we had was at the 2 level. If you're just starting off with 1s, it's not a 2-over-1 contract, but you're all going for 1. And at all 2 levels, whether it's telling or asking, you have that suit. And then the other question is, if you're already in a 2-over-1 contract, then when you hit that 4th suit, is it telling or asking?
Okay, I've got the pen working here. Yay, we got a whiteboard here. So give me an auction, and I'll go ahead and write it up here for everybody to see. So why don't you give me some bids?
Okay, so it starts off as 1 heart.
1 heart it is.
And then it goes 1 spade.
Yes.
then 2 diamonds.
Okay, a lower ranking suit. I could be 10 points with a 5-5-2-1. I could
And
be
then it goes,
18 points.
Then goes three clubs.
3 clubs. There you go. That's the one. Are we not
So
at
it's
the
4
4
suit.
suit at the 3 level? Excellent.
Level, right.
So this, while it is a game forcing bid, if you're playing 4 suit forcing, when it is at the 3 level, and this is a classic one, this says, I believe we have game values, but I'm not going to be the one to be 3 no trump, or I would have bid it, right? You would have bid 3 no trump if you would have had it. The one who knows goes. But you didn't bid 3 no trump. You bid 3 clubs. So it says, partner, I can't put us in no trump. I'm very sorry about that. But, I've got like Jack third. Huh. Okay. Now, if I happen to be the other hand, the one who has the red...
Let's go ahead and make a switch now.
What's that?
Okay, let's start off with
Oh, no,
one
I want to
heart.
finish this one. Just a second. Just a second, Sean.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'll be happy to get to, but I want to finish one thought here, if I may. So this is the asking bid. And so if I happen to have a stopper over, I'm the one with the red suits on the left, the diamonds and the hearts. So I have the stopper, then let's say I've got King Doubleton is all. Well, if I want to lead from the ace or underlead an ace, fine, I've got a stopper. Then I can bid 3 no trump over here. But let's say I don't have a full stopper. Let's say I have a half of a stopper. Well, now it gets a little bit dicey. If I happen to have Queen Doubleton or Jack third, little bit tricky. Do I go ahead and assume my partner who bid 3 clubs has a half stopper, meaning the Jack third or Queen third or Queen Doubleton, something like that? We've used up enough space. It's not going to be scientific. So I wouldn't get too upset because there's not any great methods. If I happen to have like Jack Doubleton, I'm not going to bid 3 no trump for sure. Instead, if I've got, let's say, and I'm going to get rid of some of these. Come on, baby. So I'm over here on that opening situation, and it's not going to let me erase anymore. So I'm going to have to get my eraser tool here. Okay, and back to the pen tool. Oops. Eraser tool, come on. Okay, into the pen tool. Okay, so if I happen to have like Jack X, no way, Jose. My partner, why didn't they go 3 no trump? I've got Jack Doubleton. I'm just gonna have to rebid something else. If I've got 3 spades, I guess I'm gonna go 3 spades. You can see that I didn't show spade fit earlier, so it's like partner. I don't have a stopper, man. Maybe we're going to play in a 4-3 fit, or I don't know if we're heading for 5 of minor or whatever we're doing. But you see, John, at least what I've said so far is that if your partner bid the 4 suit at the 3 level and you don't have a stopper, then you just have to bid another suit. I suppose you could rebid hearts if you think you had a good heart suit. Maybe ace, king, queen 5 times, and you don't have 3 spades. You have to invent a bid, John. Does that make sense?
Yes. That's...
Okay.
Yeah, that's very good.
Okay, can we go ahead, or do you have anything else that's earth-shattering on your questions of the day? That was a good one.
Okay. Okay. So now let's a slightly different one where we end up at the 2 level. Okay. So you start off with 1 spade, and you go 2 clubs. Okay. 2 diamonds, and then 2 hearts. So you're in a 2-over-1 contract of 1 spade, 2 clubs. Mm-hmm. The 2 diamonds showing a good. Now, what does the 2 heart? Does that mean you have hearts, or is that 4 suit forcing, or is that say you have or do not have hearts?
Well, this is an excellent question, and Max Hardy in some of his books, he talked about the importance of when you have a 5-card minor, is you show that minor first, and then you look for major suit fit later. And so I'm assuming that my partner has got 4 plus in the clubs, probably most all the time is 5 plus. And in the hearts, it looks to me like it's 4 there. So I'm thinking it's what I'm seeing is 5 clubs and 4 hearts. Now, if they're 4 little hearts or something like that, normally when you've got 4 in a suit, you've got some kind of ranking to be in a no trump. But I would say that this is not, because it's a 2-over-1 bid, whether you're playing standard American with only 10 points, there, or if you're playing 2/1, is that I believe is the heart bid shows hearts, and you're looking for a heart fit, because it could be that that's where your best auction is. I suppose if you went after 2 diamonds, 3 hearts, then that bid has special meaning we won't get into. When responder rebids can be a little more complicated, especially when they're a jump rebid. But that would be something other than showing your hearts. And I don't think it shows 5 hearts when you bid 3 hearts. So, John, I would say it shows the second suit here is what I would say.
Okay, good. Thank you, because it gets really muddy sometimes in these sequences.
Yeah. So when you've made a 2/1 bid, 1 club, 2 apples, whatever that suit is, then when you bid the 4 suit at the second level, I think it's just showing you're showing your shape, responder. You're showing your clubs and you're showing your hearts. You've got nice shape, partner, nice rounded suits. Okay, I'm glad you asked that. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on if you're okay with that.
Thank you.
Okay, man, I am getting a good workout on the screens today, aren't I, honey?
You are.
Okay, so back to the hands here. We talked about the new minor forcing, the 4-suit forcing, and you can see that you have partnership agreements abound here. And then there are the minors, as I was mentioning. So typically when you're playing a 2/1 type of system, you don't show 1 diamond, 2 diamonds as sign-off. You show that as showing you've got some extras. It's at least 10 points, and it is forcing 1 round. But if you play the crisscross system, get into that in a second, then if it goes 1 diamond, 2 diamonds, or 1 club, 2 clubs, that's game forcing. And that's kind of nice, isn't it, to know at a very low level is that we can go poking around with our cue bids and doing other things to look for slams or whatever else we might want to do, because we have used up very little bidding space. So what's the crisscross? John, do you ever play crisscross?
Yes, I play it with a couple of my partners, and that's when you start with a minor and then do the opposite minor, either at the 2, like 1 club and 2 diamonds. The opposite minor is step up, or you go 1 diamond, 3 clubs, and those are intermediate values. So a question: can we get to 3-0 or not? And then I do definitely denies a major suit.
Yeah, just like the inverted minors. Excellent discussion. Thank you. Go to the head of the class on that one. So 1 diamond, 3 clubs, as John said. That's the first one there. And that is not showing clubs. That's an alertable bid. And so the partner of the person who made that bid, that is the opener, would say alert. And they'll go like, wasn't that a strong jump shift? Why are you alerting it? No, it's not a strong jump shift. They never come up, so we never play them. What that means is that my partner is showing diamond support, at least 4-card diamonds, no 4-card major, and does not have game forcing values. What? All that in that bid? Yes. Oh, okay. And by the way, if somebody had wanted to do in the 4th seat, wanted to bid hearts or clubs, it's kind of hard now, isn't it? They're at the 3 level. So there is that advantage. Not quite the advantage when it starts with 1 club, and rather than going 2 clubs, which would be game forcing for the people who then play crisscross. So now 1 club, 2 diamonds says, partner, I have club support. I have at least 4 clubs. Probably I have 5 or more, because you may only have 3. I get it. But is saying, I do not have a 4-card major, and I have invitational values. Now, a lot of people say, oh my gosh, but I got a singleton in one of those major suits. Yeah, but you can still make the 3-level bid if the first one, the opener, can always rebid 3 diamonds, because you know your partner's got diamonds implied by that bid. Or in this one over here, you can always be in 3 clubs as well. So even if you've got a minor, and you've got that singleton as responder here, is that, yeah, sometimes that is the better bid because it gives you all the advantages when you do have 1 diamond, 2 diamond as game forcing. Well, okay, that was a big mouthful there. Let's see if I have anything else before we go on. So I think I mentioned that, as Grace said, 100 hands. Yes, I went through a bridge simulator, Deal Master Pro, great program, and I said, here's what I want to do. I'm not going to give any specifications for East or West. If they want to have long, strong suits or whatever, Fine. I just don't want to say anything about the east-west. But for north and south, I want you each to have 12 points or more. That's high card points. You can also say distribution points. That's another story. But north and south, we're going to each, when John and I look at these, we're going to each have 12 points or more. Could have a lot more. We're going to have at least 9 high card points in the minor suits in each of our hands. So of the points, we're not going to necessarily have a lot in the majors. So I wanted it to be a little bit slanted. So yeah, should we be in no trump or not? So we've got some weighting in the minor suits. I just picked 9 high card points. I could have picked 11 or 7 or whatever. 9 seemed like 2/3 or 3/4 of it would be good. Anyway, so that's what the simulation will be. And then north-south, we're not going to have an 8-card fit. At first, when I did the simulation, I forgot that last one, and I was like, oh yeah, I got a 4/4 spade fit on this hand, so we're going to get rid of those. So I think I've got the north hand can have up to 4 spades and up to 3 hearts, and the south hand can have up to 4 hearts and up to 3 spades, or the vice versa. But there will be no 8-card fits, John. Giving you a little tip here. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So are we back in? Yes, I think we are in like Flint. So, okay, so I guess that I want to go over to this other screen here, and I think we are there. Can you see the cards, John?
Yes, I can see the cards.
Okay, great.
And I think just to reiterate what you said earlier about minors and getting the game, whether it's Reno, and what I have heard is that something like 80% of the time, at least, you can get a better score in no trump than you can in a minor, as long as you've got a stopper in each of the majors.
Yeah, well, in fact,
that's critical to find.
Doggone, John, you were humming today, because I did have a slide I wanted to get to, and here I'm already starting with it, but this is going to cover that exact thing. So what are you seeing on your screen now?
We're seeing the bidding minor suit games, or no trump.
Yeah, that's the one I want, John. Okay.
I thought it said not rump.
Something like that, yes. So, okay, I'm going to get over here in the lower right. And so for that 100 hands, I said, okay, let's go ahead and run it into a deep finesse program and tell me how do they do. So the first one, we look over here, it shows the top, it shows a club symbol. The suit is a club. So if we're playing in clubs, how do we do? Well, if you look at the bottom in that red rectangle, it shows you can always make 100% of the time. You can make 7 tricks. 8 tricks, you can make 99% of the time. 9 tricks, 97% of the time. 10 tricks, 86% of the time. And in the green box, I've got the game. You need 11 tricks to make a game, and can make games 63% of the time. Now, maybe we should have been in diamonds. I don't know. Maybe those were the other times. But at least 63%. There, okay. And for diamonds, it should be the same number. It was 66%. Well, sometimes there's more of the random hands dealt for one minor to another. But ostensibly, if we've got a 4-3 fit in clubs and a 5-5 fit in diamonds, we're going to find the diamonds. So I think the numbers would be a little higher than this, actually, based on bidding. And then no trump, that third red box, it shows we only need 9 tricks now, as John said, and we can make game 72% of the time. So yeah, it is a higher number than if we were playing in the minors. Now remember, this you can't take to the bank in all times. This is based upon that simulation. John and I each have 12 or more points, and we have 9 or more points in the minors. In real life, we'd probably have more points in some of the majors. So I'd say, yeah, it would be more than 72% in real life. But let's go on. John, on the club suit, it says 45% of the time we can make 12 tricks. And 45% of the time we can make 12 tricks in diamonds as well as clubs. And in no trump, 32% of the time we're going to be making that. Now, hopefully we have more points to bid that. So do you get kind of a feel, John, is that what we're going to be looking at these hands?
Yes, very much so. And in fact, if we really do want to go after 5, the other thing I've heard from Audrey Grant is when she's speaking, she says, oh, if you're going to go for 5, you might as well go for 6. Try it.
I learned that one from my mom. This is like back when I was a kitchen bridge player, is that my mother would say, well, If you're going to make 5, you might as well bid 6 because it's only one more. And if you're playing rubber bridge, and yeah, you're not as precise a bidder, and you have a chance to make a slam, or maybe the defenders don't defend well, yeah, you get a big bonus. So I get that. So I wouldn't necessarily do it in a match point game, but in an imps game, you really need that extra because you're behind in the match, then maybe. Good point. But, okay, well, let's go ahead now that we've got that, and let's start taking a look at those hands. So back to here, and, okay, this is, I think the first of 100, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, if we look in the lower left, it says minor or no trump games. Oops. And it says this is hand number 1. And if we look at the hands, we can see in the south is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1 distribution of 14. In John's hand, the north, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 distribution, 10, 11, and then another 5 points with quackers in the majors. So I think we would probably want to be in no trump. But in diamonds, we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in clubs. Another 1, 2, 3, 9. And no, we're not going to make slam, even if that king of spades is on side. John, you want to just try bidding it? Both of us looking at the same hands?
Please, can do.
Okay, so who do you want to go first? Let's have you bid first. You've got quite a few
Okay,
points.
and I'm north?
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm north. All right, then with that hand, with a singleton club, I'm not going to go no trump, so just 1 diamond just to start it rolling.
1 diamond it is, okay. And myself in the south is, I don't have a 4-card major. Okay, so do I have game values? Yeah, I do. 7, 8, 9, 1 distribution, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm going to bid 2 clubs. Now, for some people, they don't think this is part of the 2/1 system initially. Well, not initially, but one of the first books that came out was by Mike Lawrence, and he said, no, this is not game forcing. Boy, did the auctions get convoluted after that. But these days, most everybody says, yeah, the 2/1 system includes this auction. So we'll play it that way, John. So, okay, so I've got us in a game forcing auction. How do you choose to rebid?
Okay, the way I play these things is if I say a major suit, then I'm sort of like saying I've got 4 of them with an honors, or sort of like I got a good stopper. And in these 2 cases, I would not consider these as really great stoppers, maybe the hearts. So I would just invite with a 2 no trump and invite to 3 no trump.
Okay, I think I would go 3 diamonds only because my diamonds are great. If I did 3 diamonds, yeah, I don't have enough controls in the major suit, although I know my partner must if they've got 12 points or more. But, I'm thinking, oh man, are we going to have a misfit? Well, my partner doesn't have a 4-card major, so I don't know. They might have a hand that looks like mine. They might have a bunch of clubs with honors. I just don't know. So I would do 2 diamonds, but and you did 2 no trump. That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. And I'm going to say, hey, okay, I'm going to be in 3 no trump. I don't have like a lot of extras. And so, of course, this way is that the lead comes to you, and you do have kind of the quackers over there in the major suit. So it's fine. I don't think that hand was extraordinary. So if you're okay, I'd like to go to some more interesting hands. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. And let's see, I have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You have 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 1 distribution, 16. So I think we'll probably end up in 3 no trump. My guess would be, although, you don't like the hearts, and look at my heart suit. The king is behind the ace. So yeah, let's try this one. This could be interesting. So we'll let you open up again first, John. Looks like 1 diamond to me. What do you think?
10. Okay, it's 13 points with a 5-card diamond suit. Yeah, 1 diamond just right off the top.
Okay, no problem.
4 diamonds and clubs.
And I do not have a 4-card major, and here we go. Huh. Do I just want to bid 3 no trump with my king doubleton? Or do I want to bid 2 clubs? Or do I want to bid 2 diamonds, which is inverted minors with John? John, is 1 diamond, 2 diamond with you game forcing, or just 1 round forcing?
That's game. Oh, no, it's game forcing pretty much. Even if it, some folks do it with like 10 points and only one round. But I think if you do a game force, you need like 12 for sure to go there. But you definitely have it. So I would assume that we're now in a game force, and now we want to describe our hands further.
Okay. My hand isn't like a rock crusher, so I'm not really judging slam for myself. So I'm just probably, if John and I, we want to do a lot of bidding and show the opponents all of our different things. If we like to advertise to the opponents, then I suppose I would do 2 diamonds. But I think I would probably do 3 no trump. And if the lead's coming to me and they lead the heart suit, okay, I've got a stopper. But if I have to do it at the force suit forcing and it gets a little clumsy, and maybe John and I aren't that strong on, is force suit forcing show a stopper or ask a stopper, here's a good, for instance, if you don't have a lot of sophisticated methods, I would just do 3 no trump. But we do see the problem. So if I go 2 diamonds, let's just go ahead and try it, just to make it the more convoluted way. John, I've bid 2 diamonds, so now what do you want to do?
Yeah, I like to go slow. That's a fairly good trend, and talk about what we do have. But
remember, your opponents are going to they'll use all that information against you in the court. But go ahead, yep. Yes. So after 2 diamonds, what's your call?
In this case, because I've got 2 nice stoppers in spades and nothing in hearts, I basically have 2 choices here, but I think I'll go with the first choice, which is I would bid my spades, showing that I have a strong enough spade suit with stoppers.
Great bid. And so, yeah, some people have different meanings for this bid. I think this is the easier one to start with your partners, but some people will say, I can think of this one lady up in Santa Rosa, it's like grill on this because she has a different method, and maybe you're playing that other method, but no, it just shows that you have a control in that suit. And ergo, I guess if you wanted to explain to the opponents, therefore you do not have a stopper in hearts, but you're not obligated to say that. You say, it shows a control. And that's all you need to say. You don't need to say, but my partner, is very bad in hearts, so lead that suit. You don't want to say that. Okay, so anyway, 2 spades. Back to me. I do have a stopper in clubs. I could bid 3 clubs now. It kind of sounds like I may have interest in slam in my partner's suit. I'm glad they've got a stopper in spade. That pleases me. It's either that or I just bid no trump. Do I see an advantage of one over the other? I think my feeling is that this hand is not all that strong. So my sense is, because I know it's forcing, I'm going to be the one to say no trump, even though it's king 10. I want to be the one with the lead coming in.
Absolutely, Michael. You're with your king 10, have it come to you at least first. You know you've got a fit in diamonds, so you know you can have a run in diamonds. You know you've got some good clubs there sitting there, and you know I've got the spade stopped, so you definitely want the lead coming to you. So I'd even, with your hand, maybe even think about just go to 3-no and basically tell the partners, I've got card stop for sure. I know with the robots, I would definitely go that way, because it turns out if you did 2-no or 3-no at this point, the robots will not lead a heart. And so I've actually been able to fool. This is where you actually fool the robots and lie to the robot and saying no trump, I have a heart stopper when you have 0 stoppers. I did that yesterday and got 100% because I was the only one that I made 6 no trump on it because they never let a heart.
Good point. So with humans, we make human bidding because humans don't trust us, but robots they love us in the morning and they will believe whatever you say. So great. So 3 no trump, and I think that takes care of that one. So Grace, how are we doing time-wise?
We are at the 11:40.
Okay.
Sorry, 10:40 mark.
We're going to take a look at a little bit more interesting hand, but you can kind of see for the folks that are out there is that kind of how this works. We're going to get more into these, I think, because this is, I think, a great series for us to spend some more time on. But what I'd like to do is see if we can get a more exciting hand here. I'm just going to go poking through some of these. And
is there a way of getting the 6 diamonds on that hand, Michael?
I don't think it makes, but it gets into, like the king of spades and things, but no, Not quite enough. If you have 29 points, maybe even 27 points, and you've got some singletons and extra length, then yes. But we weren't quite those shapes. I wouldn't have even checked for it. Now here's one that's kind of juicy. So let's see. The King of Spades is on side, so unless there's throwing some discards, might be. So let's see, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 2 distribution, 18 points for the North. 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll give that Jack credit of diamonds. And yeah, this might be a good one. Let's try this one, John, and see where we end up. So you want to start? You want me to start?
Yeah, I can go ahead and start.
Okay.
With 18, I'm not going to go into the no trump range, so I'm just going to start with out of 5-card major, 1 diamond.
Mm-hmm. And if I open 1 club, which I guess I would, you could still bid 1 diamond because our 2 diamonds, in that case, remember, we're playing crisscross bids. That would be something else. So yeah, you even with 18 points, you wouldn't have to do anything. So 1 diamond anyway by you for the North, and it comes to moi. And I do have the 4-card major. I guess I'm the one who gets to have the spade, so I'm going to do 1 spade. It doesn't mean I have a stopper at all. Could be 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, John.
Okay, with since I've got a larger hand with a 6-card diamond suit, but I do have a heart stopper. But since you want a spade and bypass the heart, so you don't have 4 hearts, and I have 4, but only the ace, so I said there's no point there going anywhere. I'd take a jump bid and go straight to 3 diamonds, showing a very strong diamond suit and a bigger hand.
Yeah, perfect bid, because you have the one that if I have any extras at all, say partner, and we belong in 3 no trump or something. So I look at my hand and it's like, well, my spades aren't so good, but my partner jumps, so my partner's got some extra juice. And I don't think it's a 12 to 14 point hand. I think could be a good 14 to 16 or maybe more. So do I want to be in 5 diamonds? Not so much. Yeah, do I want it to be in no trump with my 10-4? That's a good question. If I bid hearts, that shows that I think I have 4 hearts. John has put me between a rock and a hard place because I can't bid my clubs now, can I? So I'm either forced to bid 3 no trump or rebid 3 spades, which would be an atrocious bid. So it's my best bid is 3 no trump. Do we agree?
How about 3 hearts? They're showing you good stoppers and hearts first.
No, I think because that shows I have 4 hearts. I mean, we have a choice of 2 unenviable bids here once you've made the strong jump in a strong rebid. So at any rate, I guess that we're going to make our contract. If a different spade fit, we're fine. But the question is do we have a chance to make slam? So if they lead spades, obviously we don't make a slam, right? So, but yeah, if it's another suit, we've got what? In hearts?
Unless I'm playing it. If I play it in North, then it's possible because as long as I don't get even with a spade lead, they only get 1 spade, and then we get all the hearts, pretty much all the clubs, and all the diamonds. So yeah, we can make 6 spade or 6 diamonds as long as I'm playing the hand.
That is right. But
we didn't probably make 6. We almost make 6 no too. We can make 6 no at this hand, I think.
6 no, I guess. Let's say that you're in 6 no, then obviously if they lead a spade, all bets are off. But yeah, if you're the one in 6 no, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, definitely can do that and more. So this is one of these. It's I would say is a difficult hand to bid, and this is what I would call a swing board, because some people will make the bid in the minors. Most of the people, I don't think they will. They will be probably most in 3 no trump. If you were playing precision, now John is starting to play precision with some of his partners, and instead he would then open 1 club which says he has 16 points or more, nothing about clubs. And I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, depending upon our methods, whether it's I bid 2 no trump or 3 no trump or whatever, is that we would have ways to do that. Or just, if you don't have to have a 5-card suit, you could do it with just respond with 1 spade. But sometimes when you bid lower auctions, and then you have these 2 things that are called tabs and cabs as part of the precision, in which the trump asking bids, in this case we wouldn't be in trump, so it wouldn't be trump asking bids once we found a trump fit, but we would be able to do control asking bids, and it gets a little complicated, doesn't it, John?
Yes, it does. But it requires really good partnership, I discovered, with precision. So
yeah, you have
too much confusion.
Right, you have to work a lot, especially if there's competitors bid. Okay, so we're going to stop in just a little bit. I'm just going to see if we have another hand that's kind of a classic. Oh, look at this one. Man, do they have the hearts over in the E seat there. I'm looking for something more distributional. There we go. Look at this one. That's an interesting one, although we have nothing in spades. Let's try this one, John. This will be our last one. So, okay. Why don't I start this time for something different? 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 distribution, 8, 9, and diamonds. And I see another 3, 9, 16. So, yeah, I'm going to bid 1 diamond. I got to void myself here. And there we go, 1 diamond. Okay, over to you, partner.
Okay, I'm definitely going to 2 diamonds. Game force.
Okay, there's what he sees. That. And what was it again? 2 diamonds? Okay.
2 diamonds.
Okay, 2 diamonds.
No 4-card major.
Wow, okay, look at that. I've got those diamonds. My partner's got 4 or more. Man, and I've got a void. Is like, look at my controls. I've got, as long as we're in spades, I've got the spade suit covered. I got no spades. And I've got a control over here in that suit, not in clubs, but my partner's got 13. And look at this. So, okay, so it is cue bidding time. So 1 diamond, 2 diamonds, and here's the thing is, do we play Italian cue bids? In other words, can we bid the kings as well as the aces? And I like to play it even at the 2 level. Some people say, oh, you only get to do show your kings at the 3 level, but I'm going to say that we're doing it at the 2 level. So I'm going to bid 2 hearts to say I have a control there, partner. Okay,
and so just as reiterate on your style, I don't think you do splinters with minors. I don't think anybody does. Anybody do splinters with minors?
Well, I would think you could. No, well, we could talk about that later. But you could do a minor wood bid. We're not going to talk about that in our lesson. But if you want to go to 4 diamonds, I know what that means when you go past 3 no trump.
3 no trump, go 4 diamonds. That's minor wood for us also.
Do you like that bid, or you want something else?
Yes, it's only come up once for me so far, but hey, when it happens, it's fantastic.
Okay, so on something like this, 4 diamonds is not invitational to game, but John plays that if you bid the same minor as you started, that is the one that invokes a slam ask. Some people like to play the other one. They would say you got to be the other minor. They would bid 4 clubs. So as long as you're in synchronicity with your partner, which minor, it's the same or the opposite, that's okay. So we'll say, okay, he's asked. And so, all right. So then the question is, are we playing like the standard Blackwood style, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, or are we playing the 1430 style where it's 1 or 4 and 3 or 0? I like to, when I talk to my partners, when we start off, partner, I play 1430 everywhere, except for if it's a quantitative.
I agree. I do the same.
Everywhere. So, okay. So let's see. How many do I have? I have 1 there, and I have 1 there in my spades. Right. But no, I don't count it that way. So I have 1
if you could uncover the hand so we could see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I did. I'm going to go back to all 4 of them again. Thank you, John. So I only have 1 control. but I have a useful void. You know, my partner didn't bid spades, so I think this is pretty doggone useful. So if I have an odd number, now remember the first step in 1430 is you show 1 or 4, and I have 1. But I have something else going on here. I have a void. So I do something different when I have a void. I have a void, then if it's a even number, then I bid no trump. If it's an odd number, then I bid that suit oddly. I do get into like this thing they call exclusion Blackwood, and hopefully your partner is in synchronicity with you. But okay, so I guess once you bid, I'm going to get rid of some of these 4 diamonds. I guess I would bid one suit more than our last one. So it's, let's see, 1 or 4 is the first step, and the first step is going to be hearts. That would be 1 or 4. Second step is spades, which is 3 or 0. Next step is no trump, which says 2 without the queen. The next step is clubs, and that says 2 with the queen. Are you with me, John?
Yes, so far.
Okay. So I'm going to have to do a step above that and just have you figure out what it is. That would be diamonds, but what would you think if I bid diamonds?
Okay, so that goes beyond. All right, so now you're getting to agreements that are a little sometimes beyond me. I've only seen this once, exclusion Blackwood once before, type thing, by Jerry Fox. Did it to me once, and did not turn out well for me. But I would say at this point that you're showing extra values on here besides the 1. So I would say I'm gonna go for it and just go 6 diamonds at that point.
Yeah. So if I did 5 diamonds, 6 diamonds, or if I was playing with somebody that I thought, you know, I'm going to confuse them, I should just go 6 diamonds just to kind of keep it simple. Have you ever heard the term client bidding?
Not yet. I haven't heard that one.
Okay. So once you get to be a pro and you get paid hundreds of dollars for 3 hours of play in a sectional, regional, national tournament, is it the person who is your benefactor that's giving you all these hundreds of dollars, they're your client. And if your client is, doesn't read a lot of bridge books, it's just like, partner, I know you're a good player. I like when you play the auctions. That's cool. I have no problem with that. You just bid 6 diamonds. That's a client bid is what it would be. Just like sometimes I'll be the one to bid no trump, be a little bit of a hand hog so that my partner doesn't have to play it. It's called client bidding. So at any rate, yeah, that would be the 2 ways. And so some of these, there's not always easy methods, but I did want to get to one other thing. John, you did very good. Thank you for that. And let me give him a, oops. Good job. Good job. So I want to spend just a little brief time.
Oh, yeah, when you talked about the client bids also, the other thing is with the robots, I also found that to be true with the robots. If you actually take control and just bid the 3 no trump and not to do anything else, like bid at another suit at the 3 level. I've had robots pass on me when I thought I was in a game 4 situation. So with robots, I found you got to force it, and if you want to end up in 3 no, just bid the 3 no and just play it.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Very good job. Okay, well, so you can hang in here and maybe Kebit's with me, and maybe you'll have some questions there too. I'm going to go do one thing over here, though, get myself out of the way on the screen. Okay, so regarding the Patreon site, and I'm going to go back here to this one. Yeah, there we got it. Okay, so here at Patreon is that where we have our BridgeHands and the website. I'm going to show you that first. www.patreon.com/BridgeHands, or if you go to BridgeHands.com now, you'll see that right on the home page where it has a link to that site. But what we have is in the navigation, I'll show you in a little bit, we have the searches we can do, or all these filters, or really they're tags, where for different bidding terms, like for bidding, for play, even some for laws. And most all of the media I have up there so far is videos. I think it's about 400 now. I will be putting some PDFs and some other things up there also. And there's different levels of membership. Now, you remember the Ultra and the Premium memberships. There is a teacher membership also. But here, it's the newcomer, and I've never made those available before. And so there are 26 lessons for those who are just starting off. I don't think anybody here would be, but if you are, consider that. And that's for $3 a month. Then there's the JAX program, and the JAX you get 188 videos that are the Polling You series. Some of them are advanced, some of them are social, and I also am including some of the lessons that are, give them a taste test anyway for what's in the Kings and the Queens, and that is you get all the Polling Yous, plus you get the socials, 95 there, and plus the advanced, 63. And before I get to aces, Grace has a question.
Bernice has a question for us.
Yes.
Is there a way to show one control and avoid by jumping a level?
There is, and I will get back to that at the end of the session, but let me get into that, and don't let me forget Grace and
Okay.
Bernice. We're going to talk about that. Thank you. So, yes, normally it's when we're in a major suit contract. We had a little problem with this one. So, okay, and then anyway, the all the way is the aces, which has all the stuff in Polling You, all the social and advanced, all of the hands of the week, of which there are, I guess, 47 of those lessons, and then the live streaming. Now, for both the Kings and the Queens and the aces, when we have the private live streams, if they're on a Wednesday or a Saturday, I'm not going to do a Saturday this week. I still have more work on Patreon to do, but we'll have for sure the privates for the members on Wednesday. And so whether you happen to have your Ultra or Premium now, that's fine. I'm not going to stop that right away. And for those of you that we need to convert over, I'll be sure to give you credit for that. But yeah, if you have the Kings and Queens or the aces, then you will get the links for the live streams that we have for our paying members. So a little bit more on that then. I think, yeah, that screen will do it. So I love the navigation that we have over here. You know, you just like before, you hit the space bar to pause or resume. If you hit the left or the right arrow, it will go forward or back a couple seconds, just like it does on YouTube, because it is YouTube based. And then if you hold it down, it'll go, hold it down 3 or 4 seconds, it'll go back, you know, maybe a minute or more. So you can change it very quickly if you want to go forward or backward in a lesson. You can always hit the down at the bottom of the scrub bar also for the playhead. And then it has closed captions, so if I seem to be like muttering that day, or you just want to see the text because, hey, you can't sleep at night and you just want to watch on the iPad next to your bride who is sleeping, fine, you can do that and just look at the text. Or maybe you just find it's better to see the words also. Okay, so I want to go over and actually show that now, so I'm going to change screens, and here we are. And I had a sample that I started with, which was a let's see, not the newcomer, but the jacks. I just upgraded. I said, oh, let's make it the $5 a month for the Kings and Queens. So now we can kind of get started with that. So if you look here, you can see that if I scroll down, you start to see some lessons, and I've got them colorized. So if they're social lessons, they will all be a green background. If they happen to be a advanced, I think it's kind of an orangish, reddish screen. And we'll load some more here. There we go. So you can see they're kind of in order is the way they were placed. But you can, if you want, you can say, oh, rather than sort from newest to oldest, I can sort from oldest to newest. But probably you're not going to use that method of navigation. You're going to use these things we talked about here. So if you did have different types of media, besides most all of them are videos right now, if you want to take a look at when I get text or PDFs or whatever, you'll be able to do that. And then the membership tier. So if you want to only search for what the public can see, I have some that the public can see, or the Patreons, which fine. The jacks, which is the $4 a month, you get to see all those polling U's and some of the advanced. The kings and queens, remember there you have maybe another 100 hours, and you can also see the advanced and the social, and the aces, you get the hands of the week and the streams. So at any rate, you can see it shows the first 4 tags here. The one that has the most gets over in the leftmost, the polling U, that 187. Under play, I have a lot of tags on the hands where it focuses on the play of the hand. And if you clicked on that, you would see the 174. Bidding, 149. Hand evaluation is at 98. And then social is 87. But wait, there's 86 more tags there besides. So now you can see all these other things there. So if you wanted to go for slams, let's take a look at slams. I'm going to click on slams. I'm interested in slams. Here's kind of an orangish. Oh, I see it's advanced, just like it says. Looks like we got quite a few on slam bidding here. And there's, doubles. Slams and doubles. They're going to double your slam contract. Probably a lead direction, maybe a Lightner double if you're into that sort of thing. And so besides the ones that are in advance, here's some of the polling U series, which are a strong jump shifts, 6-5 hands. So you can see where you could have these different criteria to search for them, whether they're advanced, social, polling U, and so on. Yes, Grace?
One thing too to re-mention is that when you use the search option, you always want to make sure afterwards you clear it before your next search.
Thank you.
I was almost wondering...
Let me just show that, though. So I've done a search, and you can see where I have a filter. So I'm going to hit the clear all filters so that it's no longer, I'm flushing, that it's no longer looking for the slam hands. Yes, Grace, go ahead.
So with that, I was wondering if we would have a way to put Bernice's question in there and see that there are videos related specifically to that.
Okay. So I don't know if I have any yet where they're on splinters. I do some hands that are on splinters, but I haven't. If we take a look at all of the different filters or tags, if you want to call them that, you can take a look. It probably wouldn't be a big one. I would look to, since they're ordered by how many, and if you look through these, I'm going into all the different things, and I don't see anything on splinters. I mean, you can always do Control F and then search on your web page, splinter, S-P-L-I-N. No, it says I have nothing on splinters, Michael. Sorry about that. But it happens to be where you might say on, okay, sorry. Let me do it this way. I'm going to do another type of a search. I'm going to search for Jacoby. And let's see what we have on Jacoby, which, a lot of them they use where you have shortness, and we can say, oh yeah, we got quite a bit here on Jacoby, quite a bit there. Or let's clear that search. I guess I don't have to clear it, it's not locked in. Let's do it on Minorwood. John and I, we talked about Minorwood, and so yeah, here's lessons.
Yeah, I think Bernice's question was about Minorwood, how to show that void with a minor.
I do, and then Grace said she wanted me to show that way. I'm showing what you can do. So yeah. I said I would get to her question later, but Grace wanted me to show it using this paradigm. So at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and go back to more of these tags, and I'm going to do one on one that doesn't come up too often. Oh, what the heck. Super acceptance. Okay, there's one on super acceptance. Jacoby transfer, and it has some super acceptance on it. So there's the lesson. I'm going to go ahead and start it.
Ooh, that's loud.
April 19th, 2011. This is 9 years ago. Time flies. Bridge friends, it's Michael here at BridgeHands with more on Jacoby transfers. This is day 2, part 1. As you recall in day 1 of our discussion on Jacoby transfer bids, at any rate, the opener bid, I want to stop it for a second, and I want to go to the gear, and I thought, this is going a little bit slow for me. I wanted to go at 150% playback speed. So I hit the gear down in the lower right, just like you can do on any YouTube screen, and we're going to speed this guy up a little bit.
Bids 1 no trump with 15 to 17 points in this case, and responder with 5 hearts or 5 spades.
Don't you only wish I
regardless of
would talk
points,
that fast,
We'll bid 1
Grace.
less than the 5
So
hearts.
I'm moving my
If they
scrub
have 5
bar,
hearts,
and you can
they
see
will bid 2
we're down
diamonds,
at the
and
bottom.
alternate is
I'm going to
forced
look
bid
for
2
something
hearts.
where...
We don't have enough points. And if we take a look in spades, running a
Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to click that because it's when you stop it, it sometimes pops up. But so it looks like the auction was 1 no trump, and then that was obviously by the south hand. Then 2 hearts, or excuse me, by the south hand, 1 no trump, 2 hearts. We see got 5 spades, and then 2 spades, and so on and so forth. And if you were to stop right there with that 5 points, you can make your game 2 spades 96% of the time. And then 15% of the time, you could actually make games surprisingly with just that 5, 6, 7 points. But then I get into later in this where we start talking about where you can do a jump bid. So here it's 1 no trump, a transfer, 2 hearts, and I don't do 2 spades, but I do 3 spades because I have 17 points and 4 spades in the south. So I'm saying, partner, I've got some extras. So even though there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, if I'm saying I have 17 points and 4 spades, it's worth an extra trick. So I'm telling my partner, I think you should consider playing it. It'll make 9 tricks 55% of the time, but with this hand, with spread, kings, queens, no, only 20% of the time is it going to make. So, done some nice hand analysis on these, and some of these is that you will actually make slam. But anyway, just to play the video,
again 5 times.
the
So I asked
faster
you, can it get
speed.
any better than this? Well, admittedly, 75% game is pretty hard to beat for 7 high card points by the responder. But let's try another one. How about Ace King 10-9-8? Oh yes, the body cards. In hearts 10-9-8, in diamonds 10-9-8, and in clubs 10-9. Well, certainly this must be a little bit better than the 4-3-2s. How about it?
Now,
Well,
are statistics going to show how many listened in fast forward mode?
Oh, well, and then you could do this, Grace.
Uh-oh.
75%.
9 tricks 97% of the time, and rather
That one will
than
put you, so if
I
you're
was
having
gonna-
insomnia at the
5%
night,
of
do
time
the
making
75%.
10 tricks,
Don't do less
we
than that.
both
Any rate, that was kind of fun. But the point is that, as you can see, is that one of the really great benefits of Patreon is you have these tags, and you have another 86 more based upon different things you might want to be learning about in bridge. And let's say, I'm just interested in transportation. I see there's quite a few on transportation. Then you could just scan, well, this is transportation when there's preempt bidding. And then there's going to be some others. Leads against no trump. Oh, okay, so there's a promotion opportunity. Is there going to be holdbacks? And you say, well, does he have anything on holdbacks? Yes, there's all kinds of terms. So I think this is going to be very useful. And we'll give you more information as we go forward. But I do see that it is already after the hour. I'm going to finish with Bernice's excellent question. Bernice's excellent question. So, was there anything here I needed to show? I don't think so. So, okay, we're going to go back to the other screen here. And I think that does it. And I'm going to do a Control B. And I'm going to, have to go Control. And yes, now I've got the mouse again. Over here, Control F1, Control B. Man, I tell you, you got the buttons here. So Bernice asked about making jump bids, I guess, in response to I think I heard it something. Let's see if I see her message. Maybe it was back a little bit. Okay, I'm going to just go what I think maybe she might have been asking. So let's say it goes 1 spade, 3 spades, 4 no trump. And Bernice has got a void in the heart suit. So, okay, how are we going to handle that? Well, how many does she have? How many aces does she have? She has 2. 2 aces and a void in hearts. Okay. So, let's say that we're playing the 1430 style, or it could be Blackwood, I don't care, but we'll say it's 1430. So the first step is 1 or 4, and the second step is 3 or 0. So she has 2 aces, so she would show the second step. The second step would normally be not clubs, but 5 diamonds. But man, she's got this void, and you know, that's like an extra ace or king, right? Like an extra ace, especially she's got 4 spades, which I think she may when she's bid 3 spades. But wow. So how would she bid it? Well, with an even number of controls, then you bid evenly. What in the heck? This is just an easy way to remember. If you have an odd number of controls, then you bid, yes, oddly. What's evenly? What's odd? What is he saying? Well, if you have an even number, then you bid 5 no trump. So rather than 5 clubs with 2 and a void, you bid 5 no trump, which says I am bidding evenly. I have an even number. I have 2, and I'm letting you know that I've got a void. Not just a void, a useful void, not a void in my partner's suit. That's probably not, you know, if it was like I rebid 3 clubs and then she's got like void and clubs, it may not be useful. But, you know, this is a suit that hasn't been bid yet, so it's a useful void. But what if you happen to have 3 controls? Well, I think 1 control might be better. You wouldn't probably be doing it with 3 controls, making that type of a bid. But let's say you've got 1. Okay, back to the pen tool. There. So now you have an odd number. You're going to bid oddly. So rather than 5 no trump, you're going to be bidding at the 6th level in a lower ranking suit. You would be bidding 6 hearts, if that made sense. But now if I've only got 1 ace, and that I'm not sure if this is really the best auction to show it in. But so the question is when do you jump to the 6th level? You do it when obviously it has to be a lower ranking suit, and you do it when you have an odd number. Let's say it happened to be, instead it was where you had 3. Oops. Eraser tool, pen tool. Come on, pen tool. Oh, I got the wrong color. What color am I going to be getting up here now?
Bernice is responding. I'm sorry, I'm going to lose my voice today. Smoke in the air. Responding to 4 no trump, holding a void.
Hold on a second. Okay, so if you had an odd number, like 3 aces, then you would say, and you have a heart void, you would say 6 heart. That would be a good, for instance. Now, say that again, Grace.
Bernice commented, responding to 4 no trump, holding a void.
Okay, and that was what we had there. So let's just go straight away. 1 spade, 4 no trump. I'll just forget all this intermediate bids. If you've got a useful void, and apparently you do because your partner's not bidding something at the 2 level, you would now say, if you have a, let's say we've got 2 aces, and I've also got a king of spades. That's 3 controls, and I've also got a club void. There we go. That's the one you wanted. So okay, so first step is 1 or 4. Second step is 3 or 0. That's what we would normally do and say we would bid 5 diamonds. But in this case, no, we've got a club void. Do we have an even number or do we have an odd number? We have an odd number. If we had an even number, we would bid 5 no trump. My partner would say, well, what the heck is that? Well, you have an even number and you have a useful void. You have a club void. So you have 3 controls plus another control in the club suit. If you had an odd number, let's say I have eraser. I have 3 controls. Count them, 3. And the king of spades, that's 4. I have a useful, void, and clubs, but I can't say what suit it is this time, but so I just say 5 no trump. Okay, so we have 4 controls, even number, and we have a void somewhere. And your partner can probably figure out what it is. Probably they have that suit. So that's the way you bid it. Even number of controls, you bid evenly. You bid 5 no trump, which is 1 more than your highest level. If you have an odd number, you bid that at the at a lower ranking suit at the level above your responses, above the 4 spades, above even the or 5 spades, even above the no trump. So I hope that helps. That's a good one. We can get into more on those later. And to go back over to this other screen, man, I am getting a good workout here today, Grace.
You are. Your fingers are going to get some exercise.
Okay, we're going back over to this screen. And if I was to get my mouse control over there too, that I think is this one. Yes, it is. And I was to search for... I think I'll do it this way and just go look for slams, SLAM. There we go. And yeah, we could go ahead. Oh, that's quantitative slam. Sorry. I'm just going to clear that filter, search for slam, SLAM, which would be the same effectively as, pushing down on this 86 more and finding, but this is just a shortcut if you know what the word is. And we could try to find some of these that match that criteria. So you'd see a lot of these are just 2/1 slam bidding, and there's some in the Pulling U series that we have. They're minor woods, and so on and so forth. So I hope that helps, and I think, Grace, do you want to come in the show today? Are you addressed appropriately?
I'm still a hot mess.
Come on down.
Nah, I'm going to pass.
Okay. She took a good walk today, and it's getting kind of warm and toasty here. And it would be nice if it was looking like this in San Francisco. But yeah, it's not too bad today. But I hope you enjoyed the show. So I'm not going to have anything tomorrow on Saturday. I love to do those when I can for our Premium Ultra. And in the future, the Kings and Queens, we'll have those as well as the Aces. But stay tuned. We'll have more going on the Patreon site as we keep going on this conversion. Keep doing everything you are now. If you want to not a member, go ahead and go on over and give it a taste test there. Try the Jacks, those Pulling U series. If you want to get all the, what am I trying to say? Advanced and social, then go ahead and sign up for the Kings and Queens. Yes, Grace?
I just want to read a comment from Patty. Excuse me, earlier. This class was very helpful since John is my main bridge partner and agreements on these bids is essential. So just wanted to give you that feedback there. And Bernice said thank you.
Beautiful.
So we thank you guys for being here.
And so on that, Patty, is in this, I would take a look and say, if you could probably find them also over at the BridgeHands site, over in the blogs. You could search for Force Suit Forcing and maybe get some of the videos. But if when you're ready to go ahead and get on over to the Patreon, you can just click on or type in Force Suit Forcing. And I think those will maybe be helpful because when you're at the Force Suit at the 3 level, it ought to be, I think, an asking bid. More on that later. Yes, I think we'll maybe next time we'll spend more time on these minor suit bidding. John, thank you so much for being there. You were a great sport and an awesome bidder. So I enjoyed that, and I hope you did too.
Oh, wonderful.
He definitely brings up some great topics.
So, John, you've been playing mostly online, is what I'm hearing you say?
That's trying to resolve these issues we are having here.
And that's what
is good.
Bridge is all about. It's a lifetime of learning, and part of it, even if you don't play some of these methods, if you're playing competitive bridge, it's good to know what the other people are doing, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But be sure you have yourself grounded either through BridgeHands or wherever you go to get some good information, because some of the stuff at the table, it's well-meaning advice, but sometimes, it gives you half of the information, but not all enough to get out of trouble. And as we know, it's very easy in bidding to get into troubles, but trying to stop the bidding sometimes once there's a partnership misunderstanding is tough. So that's all for us. I hope you have a great weekend. Be cool. Nice seeing you. And as always, thanks for coming by BridgeHands and for your support. And I hope you have a great day playing bridge. Until next Wednesday for our members, we'll see you then. Or otherwise, next Friday, we'll have more of these. So be good, have fun, and be healthy, wealthy, and wise. At least a couple of the three.
Happy
That's all for me.
trails.
Peace out. Bye for now. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Good job. Way to go. That's my man. Bye-bye.